Good morning, good morning, good morning. Go to the website. I always say it, www.legislativeauthority2026.com. It is our pathway to controlling our elected officials. If you scroll all the way down the page, you will see how I can support. It's a petition on there. Definitely, if you have a printer, download it, give it to someone else that is of voting age, and let them know that, hey, this petition ensures two things for sure. Number one is that I want to have control over my elected officials. And number two, I want to endorse a candidate that is not getting funding. So this is it. He's for the people, by the people, because that's what we asked for. I have started my campaign on campuses tour. So Monday I visited Valencia College, and yesterday I had an opportunity to visit the University of Central Florida. Here is what I give them. It would be ooh, that's bright. It's my card here. It has all of my information on it, my caption on the back, just a quick blurb about my information, and I make sure that they have the petition. And I explain to them the exact same thing I explained to everybody here, which is that petition decides to say that, hey, I want to endorse an individual that does want me to be in control of him if he is going to be the person that I vote for. It also says that, hey, I don't want any special interest groups. I want to know that you are for the people, by the people. So if you're going to say you're not going to charge us, that's great. That's what we're looking for. We don't want to just keep on paying for candidacy. So that's where we are. But I will tell you this. Meeting with your young adults, meeting with the young adults that are now going to be voting adults. A lot of them haven't voted yet. And I met individuals that were, using a dual enrollment program. So there were students that were 16 and 17 on the Valencia campus that I talked to, and I let them know, hey, we are trying to unfortunately pass legislation that won't give you the opportunity to have dual enrollment because that's under attack right now. I did let them know that, the $1 million issue, House Bill 1205, that says that you have to have $1 million to bring up an issue. These things that a lot of our youth are not hearing, it's not being pumped to them. It's not in their social media aspect. So if you are a parent to these youth, please make sure you're putting that information out. But let me also tell you, I'm at UCF yesterday, and it's like a corridor of people, and you got a lot of religion there. You had one guy, he's just screaming fire and brimstone, and at the far end, before they get into their building where they all just commune, you got another person that's like, hey, come to church here. And then in the middle of that, you got somebody handing out, hey, take free Quran. So there's like this corridor of I don't want to look into anybody's eyes type emotion and type feeling going on. So you got headphones. When the youth put these headphones in, it's zone out time. So there is a lot of thick skin that you have to have for people to just walk right past you. When you say, hey, are you a resident of Florida? You may not always get, I did not always get, yes. Or sometimes it was, I don't want to answer because I think you're either trying to sell me something, you're trying to ask me if I want to go to church, and I'm here simply to give you the opportunity to control your elected officials. But you have to get through all of that. So definitely, if you are looking to run for office and you do take the approach of actually meeting people, expect to be walked right past, because most of the time it's going to be a corridor of who's trying to sell me something. And I'm not trying to sell you anything except for a better future. So one of the great things that I did get, one of the really good feedback I got is when students would stop and they'd say, hey, you know what? I'm really in a hurry, but I'm going to hear you out, especially when I said I'm a candidate for governor on my candidates tour. They had never met anyone that's ever ran for candidacy. They've never seen anybody running for candidacy in their real life. So it was good to hear them say that, hey, yeah, I think I would like to control my elected officials. So I do always ask every single person that I talk to, is there any reason that you feel that you do not want to have control over the individual that's standing out here saying, I want you to hire me? Is there a reason that you don't think you should control that person if they're asking you for the job? Every one of them said the same thing. No, I cannot come up with a reason why I would not want you to answer to me if you're asking me for the job. And I thought that was a great thing to hear. So it was really good to get really good feedback from young people saying that, hey, I would love to have this control. But here was one of the major mishaps that I ran into. The petition must be taken to your supervisors of elections office. A lot of young people said, how far is it away from UCF? Good thing I looked it up. 28 minutes, 28 to 30 minutes. And they said, man, we can't get there. Can I just fill the form out and email it in? No, you can't. No, you can't. You have to take this form in person. And that's done on purpose. And I said that. I said that, hey, things aren't made convenient, but they're made accessible. And it's done like that on purpose. It's because you may believe in something, but will you go through what's necessary to fix it? If you can get something done, what are you going to do to make it happen? It's 10 cents, and you have to find a way to get to the supervisors of elections office. Even if you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, you got to find a way to get there. You know how many people I met that have never, ever been to the supervisor of elections office or even heard of the supervisor of elections office? Every single one of them. I didn't meet a single person that had ever heard of the supervisor of elections office or had ever been there. Now imagine the surprise for everyone who has heard of it, who has been there before, that a lot of people, I haven't met a single young person to date that has ever been to the supervisor of elections office. Yet, in order to move some of these grassroots programs so we can get money out of politics, you got to go there. So that's one of my biggest hurdles to figure out. Because let's be realistic. It does not make sense for me to say, hey, I'm going to charter this bus. I have to have a whole lot of buy-in. There were errors that I did make. Little things like, hey, while you're standing in front of me, would you mind giving me a follow and joining my group? These are things that I'm learning to say so that I can keep up with this. Because if I want to charter a bus for a group of individuals so they can get to the supervisor elections office, I got a way to contact all these people. Gotta have a way. That's why I created the Group Me. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if I put the Group Me on the bottom of my webpage, but I do have a Group Me that is available under legislative authority because I'm looking to actually communicate with the people that I'm asking to support this cause, controlling your elected officials. The next school I am visiting will be Rollins College, and after that, I'll be going to Full Sail University. So those are the next two schools I'll be visiting, probably Thursday, Friday. So definitely speak to your friends and family, speak to people that are voting, and let them know which parts of this system they need to be a part of and understand. It makes things a lot easier. Talk to your kids. Just because they're off to college, let them know, hey, are there political things happening? Is there political conversation going on? What do you think about the current state of how things are going? It's very important. And one other thing, there is a group that I would like all of you to just listen to. It's Florida Voices for All. Definitely follow them because they really do a really great job of giving synopsis on what's going on during this legislative session in Florida. So it's a really good follow. And just so I am clear, because I never want to give you guys bad info, I'm just going to validate that I did have their name correct. They are... I do apologize if you made it this far, but I do want to make sure I don't really, here we go. Voices of Florida. Definitely give them a listen. Voices of Florida. You can find them on Substack. Very important to keep yourself abreast of what is going on. So you do know, so you're always in the know, you're always clear on what's happening. And let me make another correction there. It definitely is on Substack. It is Florida for All Substack. Florida for All. So when you're looking for it, they do a really good job of breaking down this information. I really appreciate everybody that's taking all the time to give me feedback. Even if you're in other states, Continue to listen to anybody that's running for office. If they are saying that they can fix everything, then they're not including you. I'm saying that giving you legislative authority gives us the ability to come up with ways to make things better for the collective. You guys have a great day.